Hello everybody, Weeb here, and we are back with part 11 of our No More Heroes Let's Play. As always, with me we have Charific. Say hello, Charific.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Charific here.
Alrighty, with introductions out of the way, real quick, for anyone who needs a quick recap, because it probably has been a while, honestly, by the time this goes up, might have missed a few, a few of those upload schedules or whatever. So for anyone who needs an update, last time we paid off the rank 5 fight fee. That's a lot of F's right there. The rank 5 fight fee. We got back to the hotel. Usually Sylvia tells us who the next fight is, or at least where to go. But this time around, she was like looking for the, I don't know, whatever note she was supposed to give us. And because she was partying, I guess she didn't have it with her. And so I told Charific that since I played the game before, I remember what happens next. Basically, we hang around at home, and the moment we leave, we're going to see a trail that leads us to the next fight. So that is what we are about to do now. All right, so here we go.
Nice. Oh, yeah, 'cause she was in the dance club.
Yeah, she was like on, no, not even a dance club. Well, in a dance club, but she was a dance club in like some other country or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it says right there, the entrance to Ranking Battle 5 is now open. So you might be wondering, that's weird. She never told us where to go, though. How do we like know what we're doing? And this is how we know.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so there's a blood trail. So someone left us a blood trail, leading us to the next fight. So this is a really strange one. This is what I was saying last time, that, yeah, let's follow this blood trail and let's see where it leads us to. This is very different. Usually she tells us, oh, go to the stadium, go to the high school, that kind of thing. But here we follow the blood trail.
Yeah, just a woman who's just on her time of the month who just forgot to stock up. And that's what we're actually following. Bet.
Sure.
Yes.
And then obviously once you stop seeing the blood, you could always just follow the map as well. The map is already updated as well. But yeah, that's quite different. It looks like someone, is kind of stalking us this time. Because, yeah, there was a blood trail, interestingly enough. All right, as you can see, here is rank 5 right here. And real quick, do you remember what... Oh, as you can see, there's just a random lady just right here.
Told you it would be a woman.
We never know who this is or why or what the deal is, but yeah, it's just this person's a bit different. Oof. Real quick, do you remember what the 5th person was called?
No.
That's fine. We'll listen to a splash taunt. You'll get a little preview, and once again, you can try to guess who the person might be, all right?
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
Oh, okay.
All right, so number 5, Letz Shake. And I don't know if you saw the silhouette there, but yeah, who do you think our challenger might be this time? Just based on that little bit of information, I guess.
All right, so based off the silhouette, I saw a mohawk and something behind his back, which may be a guitar or some type of instrument. So he's going to be a rocker, dude. Bet.
A what?
Like, a rock star, musician type of guy.
All right. That's a pretty good guess. All right, we'll see if Charific is correct.
I am.
All right, so as you can see, we're in a dark tunnel this time, and for whatever reason, people are actually running away from us, interestingly enough.
It's a trap.
And look, we can see someone silhouetted, wearing what appears to be a trench coat, and same thing, as we run up to him, he runs away. Very strange, right? So this is very different from other fights. They're mixing things up. Something is definitely happening here.
Yeah, it is.
Alrighty. So interesting little fact. If you look at, I was gonna say, not only are these guys not only are these guys decked out with their own beam katanas, but I think I've seen somewhere that if you look at the way they're dressed, it seems to be inspired by the TIE fighters from Star Wars, apparently.
That's cool.
That's like a fun little detail. Yeah, he looks, I don't know if you can tell right there, but they kind of have like a breathing apparatus sort of thing, like a little helmet. So hopefully we'll get a clear look at that. But yeah, it's supposed to be like a weird little detail that these guys for this level seem to be modeled after TIE fighters. Not sure why, but yeah, we'll see.
Huh. So also, I'm going to do something that's going to get your channel a bunch of recognition and hate at the same time. Star Wars sucks. Yep, I said it.
Like all Star Wars?
You know what? I'll give you this. The sequels, terrible. Hot trash. I do not like the sequels.
What about the prequels?
Sequels are trash. Prequels bored the living heck out of me. Like, and that's what I said. So prepare for the hate comments. You're welcome.
Wow, you guys gonna do me dirty like that? Everyone's gonna like be hating on my channel.
Yes.
What's wrong with you?
Oh,
honestly, though, my opinion isn't very different from yours. Honestly, I think the same. Oh, I don't think the sequels themselves are trash. I just think that. Well, I think the last movie's trash for sure.
Yeah.
I think episodes 7 and 8 are very lost potential, unfortunately.
Okay, I can agree with that.
Because 7, yes, it was a rehash of 4, basically. But it was like done in a fun way where it's like, okay, let's see what they do different this time. Let's see what they give us. Because like the whole thing about Finn being a, you know, former bad guy. Okay, I like that idea. Let's see where they take this. Is he going to be force sensitive? That's cool. Because I was kind of one of the people that even when Rey was like a total Mary Sue, and oh, you know, she's like so strong and this and that, I was one of the people who was like, you know, that's fine because maybe Finn will be the one to like balance her out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, be the foil.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, you know, even if she's like super strong, that's fine because maybe she'll turn to the dark side and Finn will be the one to bring her back. Or maybe she'll be strong in terms of like power, but he'll be strong more in terms of like the force, like more of like the spiritual side, you know what I mean? And so I was always fine with it because I was like, okay, you know, it's fine. You know, as long as they kind of, you know, do some good stuff with Finn, he could be a good foil for Rey, and I didn't mind it. Yeah. But of course, as everyone knows, the movie just totally crapped the bed, never went in that direction. Finn was never force sensitive. He was always just there to run around and yell and basically just be lost all the time. And it was just a mess, man. But yeah, I kind of agree. Episode 7 and 8, I'm really sad. I think they're really lost potential. Episode 9, I think is a trash fire. And like you said, I think the prequels are just really, really boring.
Yeah. Like, man, like, and I don't know why, because you could have done so much. You could have done so much with it, and it just did. I don't know, man. Pacing was terrible. Also, do you have the same opinion that I do that midichlorians should not have been added?
The what?
The midichlorians, like the
basically, I don't think there's anyone who agrees with those. Likes those because it made something that seemed universal and something that seemed like okay, you can do it through training and hard work and like being very like spiritual. It made it to like nah, you know, it's just because it's in your bloodstream, it's predestined. So
and then just Anakin being like just a. What was it? His mom just became pregnant one day. Like, come on.
I mean, it's kind of hinted at that was because of, you know, the guy who ended up being like the main bad guy for all 3 movies. It's hinted that Palpatine had something to do with that. But yeah, it's still pretty, like, it sounds just silly. Like, okay, way to try to push the whole, you know, savior Jesus complex. Like, that's just like, it's a little on the nose, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Oh, man.
Also, though, that's one of the things, though, for people who act like the sequels were terrible, like, yes, they were bad, but people who are like, oh my God, they never should have sold it, you know, George Lucas, blah, blah, blah. George Lucas was going to go in an even stupider direction. I don't know if you ever heard about this. He wanted to go even further into midichlorians, and he wanted to cover these things called the wisps, which are basically like little microscopic beings that, like, I don't know if they control midichlorians or they have to like resonate with midichlorians or something, but that's the direction he wanted to take the series.
Don't you love that? He wanted to expand upon something that no one liked.
Yeah, so for anyone who's like, oh, they never should have sold to George Lucas and like, oh, you know, his original vision or whatever, like, yeah, no thank you. He was going in some weird directions as well, guys.
Yeah, I think it would have been better, the sequels, that is, because I didn't know about this until I looked it up like years ago. But did you know that the Star Wars franchise was already continuing, like, as comics or whatever?
There was all these
so, like,
books and novels and comics, and they have stuff like Luke getting married. He has some kids. I think one of his grandkids ends up being like the next big bad, stuff like that. Yeah, there's like a whole. It was called the whole extended universe, and unfortunately, they got rid of a lot of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like I feel like you would have had a much more compelling story had you like just adapted, and of course, make changes where necessary. But
it's not saying they had to do like a 1-for-1, but look at like how Marvel does it. Marvel takes ideas from different comics and then they put them to use. And hold on, Sylvia's calling.
Travis, hello? Continue forward and you will enter your next ranked match. The 5th rank awaits you if you win, and only eternal damnation awaits if you lose. How are you feeling? No irritable rashes? Hit the John lately? Taken care of the blackheads on your nose? Might I recommend a good hygiene set? When you're ready, step inside. Now, don't tense up too much on this one. You've been slacking off a bit. You must maintain a steady tempo. Oui, you know what I mean, right?
Rawr.
I am so sorry to say this, but I am 1,800% positive that you will die and head for the Garden of Madness.
I like how when Sylvia calls, I'm like, shut up, Sylvia's calling. I don't want her to get mad at us for ignoring her. But yeah, man, she's always just asking him if he's like clean. She's always like giving him stuff about his hygiene. I love how he gets more exaggerated each time. Now it's like, oh yeah, I think that your chance of dying is like 1,800%. Like, damn.
But
so I was looking. I was a bit confused. So that's the way up here. This is the save. Let's hit a fresh save real quick.
Okay.
Alrighty, and we're back. Now, before I go into the light, did you want to say anything? I feel like we kind of got cut off. I think there was like a thought you had or something.
It was because you moved the topic onto Marvel, and we can wait until after the boss fight because I got some thoughts on that.
Okay, cool. What I was gonna say, I guess I'll say just before we go into this light, because I don't know how. Look at this bright light. It doesn't even make sense. Like, what? Like, I guess it's supposed to be the end of the tunnel, but it's like modeled so badly. Look, it's like we're in the light now.
Oh yeah, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. He's dead.
Yeah, I guess he's dead. Real quick, I was gonna say, like Marvel, love it or hate it, but at least they kind of try to like refer to the sources here and there, you know what I mean? Like they might not copy the stories exactly, but at least you can kind of tell where they get inspiration from. They didn't just totally say we're erasing all comics and doing our own thing, you know what I mean? Like that's ridiculous. So
yeah.
All right, but anyway, let's head into the light.
Yeah.
All right. Have you ever been to this part of California with all these spinning things?
No, but where I live though, actually passed by. It was basically the same thing with all the windmills.
Yeah, because that's an actual thing, with all these crazy.
Wake up.
Okay, so let's see. So he refers to a doctor.
Okay.
But you were right about him, though. Look at it. He is a musician.
Nice.
So you were half right. I mean, I think no one could have seen the weapon of mass destruction coming, but you got the musician part right.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for you. You certainly sound like you're up for a fight. I'm ready whenever you are. All right, then. Here I come.
All right.
Disaster blaster.
All right.
So I love how this thing just keeps growing and growing. And then look at Travis just sitting there with his little lightsaber. Like, look at this thing. Look at how it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Watch.
Yeah.
Thermal protection on. Anti-shock balancer.
Look at it. It just keeps getting a bit crazier and crazier.
That's funny.
Main panel open. Activate cell pistols. Ignite vanish.
Oh yeah, so how do you think this fight's gonna go?
Activate Trinity pistons. Scouting scope open.
Oh, so that's supposed to be like a game,
T-minus
Game Boy Gear or whatever you call that Nintendo thing that was in red. Supposed to be an homage to that.
Oh, nice.
7, 5. All right, 3 seconds. 2, 1. Huh. So...
Travis touchdown, is it not? Son of a bitch!
So pissed off.
I had it. Dance with me, Travis.
So there's the guy we saw in the tunnel. Remember I told you how to trench coat?
This is getting interesting. What do you go by? Henry. Henry? Your instincts serve you well. I don't know who you are or what you want, Sir Henry. Where are your manners? That was my kill, you naughty boy. Shall we get this over with? And don't hate me if I play a tad dirty.
That's hot.
Fine by me.
Yeah, it is.
After you.
All right, so Henry stole our kill. So that was a bit anticlimactic, right? You see this thing just gearing up. It's all crazy. It's all powerful. It's huge. It looks like it's going to be like a crazy fight because it's you, Travis with the little lightsaber versus the thing. And then, Henry just comes in and kills it. So
yeah, because katana beats lightsaber.
But what are you talking about? He didn't have a katana. He also has a lightsaber.
Oh, he called it a katana though.
No, his is also a lightsaber, but it has like a cross guard, kind of like as we were talking about Star Wars. It has a cross guard, kind of like what's his name? Kylo's.
Oh, yeah, Kylo.
It has like a cross, like a cross that's literally a guard.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna fight Sir Henry, I guess. So at least that's something, right?
It'll do. Oh.
Stop right there.
Nope.
He's over there. Travis, you are now ranked 5th.
But we haven't even... We're just getting started.
Perhaps you've forgotten, these fights are an official game. If your opponent dies for whatever reason, according to the rules of combat, it is your win.
That's fucked up. That's the stupidest rule I've ever heard. This guy...
He's so pissed.
And you just want me to let him go, bitch?
Ooh.
Rules are rules. You can't have what you can't have.
Whatever. But this dude says he wants to fight and ain't nobody gonna stop him. This ass clown right here is...
Who?
Hey!
Oh, where'd he go?
Mr. Henry motherfucker, he just jetted. What a pussy.
Sorry, save that aggression for your next match.
Who the hell was that guy?
Now he has to walk home. Oh, but look at her face. Look at her face. I think she knows who that was.
Yeah, she does.
All right, so that is the Ring 5 fight. Isn't it like the most anticlimactic thing ever?
Wow. I don't even
You
count
make
that.
your way through the tunnel after feeling like you were personally targeted. And then when you're about to fight this super crazy weapon of mass destruction, it's just like, nah, dude steals your kill. And then he like runs away basically. But I mean, on the positive side, we're rank 5 now.
Yeah.
Oh boy, so there you go. We're rank 5 now without having to really do anything.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't count that. Redo. Do it over.
Redo it over. I mean, it's super weird. It's a super strange way to like go, but at least I can kind of respect it because at least it's shaking things up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
Like if you're getting used to like the formula or whatever, at least it makes you go like, oh, that was very different.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys, but that is the end of episode 11. A very strange one, filled with an anticlimactic, lack of a fight, and filled with us talking about Star Wars the whole time. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and hopefully you guys have your own opinion on Star Wars, which you can leave in the comments section below. Yeah, we will see you guys next time for chapter. Well, it's kind of like a chapter, right? We'll see you next time for episode 12. We're gonna find out what happens with maybe we'll find out more about that Henry guy. Maybe we'll find more about why he's after us and how Sylvia knows him. But yeah, that'll have to wait until next time. Until next time, this has been Weeb Rabbit and Charific. Thanks for joining me as always.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Star Trek is better than Star Wars.